Actually, Doug, would you mind closing the screen? Yeah, thank you. Is it recording now?
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone's good to go? We're all set? Okay, so good morning. My name is Mike Tucker. I'm the Communications Director for Alert. So we're here to talk about a recent drug bust in Calgary, resulting in seizure, considerable amount of cocaine, heroin, a handgun, and cash. How this is going to work is Staff Sergeant Doug Crippen is going to provide a prepared statement and an overview of the investigation. He will be able to answer any questions afterwards. And then if you need a photo opportunity, by all means, and we'll be able to keep the exhibits here for a little bit afterwards. So I will introduce Staff Sergeant Doug Crippen.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you for coming. This morning I'll be reading a prepared statement. Hello, my name is Doug Crippen. I am a Staff Sergeant with Alert's Calgary Organized Crime and Gang Team. What you are seeing on display are the results of a short-term drug trafficking investigation that took place in the Calgary area. Alert was able to utilize intelligence from both the RCMP and the Calgary Police Service to target this group. 2 people have been arrested in this investigation. Colton Darby and Ricardo Martinez, both 21 years of age, are now facing 23 criminal, drug, and firearms-related charges. Additional arrests may be possible at a later date. 2 Calgary homes were searched in the neighborhoods of Copperfield and Douglasdale. These homes were being used as a cocaine production labs where cocaine was being pressed, packaged, and readied for street-level drug sales. A total of 4.5 kilograms of cocaine was seized as a result of these search warrants. In addition, large amounts of heroin and cannabis were also seized. On the street, these drugs would have an estimated value of $700,000. This was a sizable amount of drugs to remove from circulation. A seizure of this magnitude will have an immediate impact. The relationship between the drugs and the handgun is also of concern to us. We are pleased to get a potentially dangerous weapon out of the hands of people involved in the drug trade. The handgun seized was not lawfully possessed and did not originate in Canada. We believe that this gun was smuggled from the United States. It was equipped with an overcapacity magazines, and a body armor vest was also seized. The drug trade is inherently dangerous, but the drug trade is inherently dangerous, but this danger does not exist in isolation. Organized crime creates risks for our neighborhoods and threatens our community's safety. Whether it is drug-related violence, property crimes to fuel addiction, healthcare costs, we all pay the price for organized crime. Alert exists specifically to disrupt and dismantle these complex organized crime threats, and this is achieved through integration and teamwork. I want to conclude by acknowledging our partnership with the Calgary Police Service and the RCMP. Their assistance was paramount in bringing this investigation to a successful conclusion. Thank you, and I'll now be happy to answer any questions.
So this was an organized crime investigation, so what kind of gang links were there to this, if any?
At this point, we're still early in the investigation. We are investigating those connections, but we truly believe that any time that drugs are being distributed through our community, it has an organized crime component to it.
You've got a lot of drugs there too, but I'm kind of surprised that there's no specific fentanyl in there. Is that out of the ordinary, or is there just more testing that needs to be done?
At this point, we're going to be testing it to determine the specific quantities and types of drugs that are there. We do believe that there is the 4.5 kilograms of cocaine plus other cannabis and heroin there as well.
How long did this operation take, or how were you alerted to this home?
Relatively short term. This was a 2-month operation.
And I see there is a firearm there. Is this something that Alert is seeing more of in terms of seizing weapons with drugs and cash?
Well, we're not naive to the idea that organized crime does not operate with weapons and firearms and such. We recognize that they do use them. They're instruments of intimidation. They're tools that they use. We have seen this in the past, and we are aggressively targeting that component of organized crime, in addition to drugs and other associated crime that comes along with the drug subculture.
Can you speak to if you're seeing an increase in, I guess, gun-related offenses or crime compared to previous years?
I don't have any specific stats before me, but I can say that it is common to see guns with drugs, with organized crime. It's all part of that subculture.
Could you maybe talk a little bit more about the prohibited magazines? What makes them prohibited magazines, and what's the difference between something prohibited versus not?
The prohibited magazine in this case it's what they refer to as an overcapacity magazine. Anything above the 10 rounds within that magazine. This one was 15, and that in itself, the capacity of the magazine is what made it or makes it legal to possess.
Are you also concerned about how it looks like it was smuggled in from the States?
At any time, we're concerned about any weapons coming into Canada or into our communities that are illegal. These basically are tools of the organized crime trade. They're used to intimidate. They're used to kill people at times. We are always concerned, and we're always combating. We're aggressively targeting that part of the work that we do when we're combating organized crime, the drugs and the violence and the other sub-issues that come around this entire lifestyle.
Is that a common thing, though, that you see some organized crime groups smuggling guns from south of the border?
What I can say is that organized crime groups are in possession of them. How they come into possession of them is always something that we're always looking at. Each case is unique, and as such, it demands an investigation. And you'll see, and as you through your investigation, you'll start to determine where it's come from, and we try to figure out how it's coming into Canada.
Also, it says you seized a BMW in the investigation too. Was that a stolen vehicle, or is it?
I believe that vehicle belonged to the people that were taken into custody, charged.
How did the information come to your attention that these gentlemen were operating drug houses in two separate areas?
Actually, through the information that we received was from a community contact. The information came to us. One of our teams was specifically tasked with, and that is their mandate, is to investigate that particular information. And it was through covert means and continued criminal investigation follow-up, which led us to today.
Like a tip from the public?
Yeah, it's working with our community partners.
I just want to question the gun violence. Can you speak to how, I guess, like, stolen weapons and all that can lead to, like, low-level criminals and gang operations? Do you see that this is kind of targeting that?
Well, where our concern comes in is, as you can see, having body armor with a gun, with ammunition for several different firearms, that would be a strong indication that these particular individuals operating in this organized crime group believe that they themselves were targeted, that violence was going to come to them. That's why they're having a piece of body armor. That's why they're weaponizing their organization. We are concerned about that because we know that in many cases that violence has spilled over onto the streets. We are trying to prevent that by proactively and aggressively targeting these groups and trying to stop this before it even hits the streets.
These two men arrested, 21 years old, they're still fairly young men. Were they known to police? Was there any indication of them being involved in this type of activity for a long time?
I can't speak to that. Again, it's an ongoing investigation. Organized crime is a very complex investigation, and it has a lot of tentacles, so we're continually evaluating the information and intelligence, and we have people that look at that, and we're looking for those tentacles. So to say that they were involved in organized crime for a long period of time, that's to be determined, and this investigation will continue.
I want to ask, are you able to provide an update on the Kensington shooting?
I can't speak to that. I have no information.
Any other questions? We're good.
Thank you.